Cool, Jay, you got everything there? I will read this story yet.
That's my headphones.
All right. Yes, we're here. Good afternoon and welcome to our Friday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike here, Jay as well, Eric is here too, and getting ready for a big Memorial Day weekend. Kind of, right?
It's supposed to be nice weather too, right?
Yeah, it's been great today. A little overcast, but for the most part, pretty good. Good luck to my dad, actually, who's in the hospital right now. Had surgery this morning, doing good, and I'll head over there after we get out of here today. But anytime you go to the hospital, it's scary to have anything done, and he's a trooper. It's amazing. Every time he's gone in for a few different surgeries over the last few years, and every time it's like, God, I wouldn't be able to do that. No, I look at it and it's like, I'm a pussy. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I'd be a mess. And he's not. It's amazing. So, good luck, Pop. Thinking about you, and head by there later. But anyways, he wouldn't want the attention, so we'll move on. But anything exciting happen in either of your worlds yesterday since we were last here 5 minutes ago?
Eric, what you got, man? I know it feels like it.
Trying to think what I didn't do anything yesterday.
All right, that's all right.
Did you have a high score on Pac-Man?
Oh, that is true. Yesterday, I did get a high score yesterday on Miss Pac-Man, so got that going.
Your handwritten note. See, that's the problem. This isn't being registered on the game at all. You're just handwriting it down.
So he can.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nobody's gonna tell you they're lying.
That's
the nature of a lie.
That's right.
That is one thing about me. I may be a squirrely guy. I'm a squirrely guy maybe at some things, but I'm very competitive in sports. So like
sports like that.
Yeah, sports like that.
Yeah.
So joust that counts. I wish it had joust. It doesn't. But that means if you are that competitive, that would almost say like there's an incentive for you to lie.
No, but I'm.
Like,
No, but I'm very much
win at all costs.
No,
even if I have to lie a little bit in there.
No, because I'm someone like even if I suck at golf, but like if I go golfing, I won't just kick the ball and kind of be like, and count that on my score. Like I'm very competitive to the sense that I don't want to get a record but I don't want to do it. If I lose, I lose. I don't want to win and know I cheated. I will not cheat at sport. That's the one thing.
Well, I got to thank Tim for the guy that made that setup and brought it over here. I can't thank you enough, Tim. It's been great for Eric.
It's amazing. I play it every day.
Oh, no, I know. Tim, you really did a service to the Detroit Cast.
It's probably the only thing that shuts me up from being in your ear the second I get in the door.
It's true.
So you definitely got to be happy about that.
Yeah. Some prep time.
Otherwise, I'd just be running around. And
it is really like sending the kids to their room. The adults are speaking as we get ready, and Eric goes down, and he's able to keep, the flashing lights, the bright lights, and the blinking lights. Really kind of keep his mind occupied for a little bit. So we're able to get some work done. It's great. It is nice. Thank you for that, Tim. Should we start? It seems like every day, Jay, we get down here and we start talking about sports and some pretty heavy stuff. But maybe today we start in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Yeah, right. And apparently they've got a little problem there, and it's not like typical problems. They have some city ordinance that says that any device designed or marketed as useful primarily for the stimulation of human genital organs, it's deemed obscene material, and they prohibit their sale unless a bona fide medical, scientific, educational, legislative, judicial, or law enforcement purpose exists.
What's with those exceptions?
I don't know.
Law enforcement purpose?
But yeah, I was going to say, what does that even mean?
So obviously they banned sex toys, and what?
This is an outrage.
A legislative, judicial, or law enforcement purpose.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell does that?
Well, obviously the doctor would be. You need a note from your doctor to go buy a giant black dildo. But whatever. Okay, but the law enforcement one. All right, freeze! You're under arrest. Where's your dildo? What possibly could that? What I don't know. Judicial, legislative.
I think it's just boilerplate that they threw in there.
Just covers it all.
In case our officials need something, we don't want to outlaw.
Yeah, we don't want to box ourselves in. And
it's just weird.
But by doing it this way, we've kept it open for us to buy sex toys. We've got that over there that we're covered. So don't worry, folks. We can still get ours. The general public can't.
Bizarre.
So this town, Melissa Davenport is the reason this comes to light, because she's a girl with multiple sclerosis, and she thinks it's absurd that she needs a doctor's note, even though she would qualify.
She's apparently never heard of the internet.
Why? Do you need just ordering one?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But I think she thinks it's ridiculous, and I shouldn't have to go to that level. I shouldn't have to go to my doctor to get a note for it.
Melissa Davenport is a lady with a lot of time on her hands.
True.
And she wants to fight this fight. This is the fight she's chosen.
Yeah, she's got a lawsuit
She's
going.
not chosen to help kids, help animals, the needy. This is the fight. This is the one.
That's the one. Her lawyer says it's unconstitutional, violates the 14th Amendment. So she's an amendment fighter. She wants to go, the 14th Amendment really is.
All the way to the Supreme Court, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine the Supreme Court taking this on? Those old bags at the Supreme Court ruling on Sandy Springs, Georgia's problem.
That's so
hilarious, yeah. Yeah, what did you say, Jay? It reminded you of?
Footloose, dude.
Totally.
That stupid movie Footloose with Kevin Bacon dancing around. He was breaking the law by dancing in the city.
Yes.
Outlaw dancing.
We gotta dance!
This is the 2014 version of Footloose.
And you think they'll make a movie? That would be even this would be a little risque for the 80s.
Sounds like a good plot for a porno.
Could you imagine Kevin Bacon redoing his career, redoing the role,
Yeah.
just totally making it about dildos instead of dancing?
Yeah.
I'd go see it. I would.
I forgot to mention that I didn't, because there was two articles and I forgot I didn't print this one out. But the lawsuit also includes a second plaintiff who is an artist who uses sex toys in his work, and he claims his artwork has suffered with his inability to buy.
Oh yeah. What does he have one shoved up his ass?
I don't know the extent of it. I don't know the extent of it, but he's part of the lawsuit as well.
Nice.
Apparently he too has not heard of the internet.
Right.
It's just stupid, man. Like, obviously you can get these wherever you want to get them, and they're just choosing to fight this because the principle of it.
Right. But I immediately when I hear something like this, I automatically think it's one of those. We hear about them every once in a while. They pop up in the news. These ancient laws that someone digs up and finds on the books. It was put in there in 1805.
Yeah.
And you
can't park your horse next to a.
Yeah, you can't walk across the street during sundown with a rabbit in your hands, or you can sentenced to death in the streets by stoning. One of those things. But no, this ordinance. What did you say, Eric? This
2009.
Wow.
This is pretty new.
I wonder how big of an epidemic they had.
They just said
in
people.
Sandy Springs, Georgia, of just dildos run amok. That in 2009, someone had to put a stop to this. This behavior must stop. Green ones, black ones, all dildos go now. Can't have it.
Some dude wanted to build a sex shop there, and this is their answer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not in our town, not in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
Well, Jay,
probably right.
The pile of work is getting bigger and bigger every day, but can we keep an eye on this one? In case there's any updates in the news, can we find out how that case is progressing and see where it goes? And perhaps, just perhaps, that ordinance is maybe needed because, dude, looking through the stuff today to talk about, it's dominated by sex stuff and like out of control people in really authoritative positions and respected positions.
That seems to be the theme of the stories today.
Yeah.
Just deviant sexual stuff.
Yes, and I don't get it, but
it's the world we live in, man.
Including even at home, this Detroit imam, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
A Detroit imam was sentenced to 55 to 50 years in prison for raping 3 girls.
55 to 50?
Is that what I said? 35 to 50.
Yeah, you can.
55 to 50. Yeah, they're going to put him in for 55, and then they're going to say, oh, shit, I'm sorry. We want to let you go. Yeah, get out of here, you. Beat it. Why stop at 50? Why, like, why not, like,
what's
14?
the crime state again?
He raped 3 girls 14 years ago.
Mm.
He used to teach Islam to students in Detroit and Hamtramck. Was convicted earlier this month on 15 counts in the sexual assaults of 3 young girls who are his relatives. Nice. It drew attention. This was the story that got all kinds of press because the judge in the case let them wear their, was it hijab or hijab?
Oh,
that covers their face completely, just like a couple slits open on their eyes, which we've seen in the news a few times. That face veil covering the entire head, because we've seen it in the news for other things, like they wanted to have it in their license picture.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It was like, hey, asshole, it's meant to identify you as recognizable, dickhead. Do you not see how that's kind of important? You don't want to wear a mask over your face in your ID. Duh. But yeah, the judge ended up letting him wear that in court. But they say this guy used his knowledge of the religion to manipulate the victims, who ranged from 10 to 13 years old at the time. And that's just the start of it. And remember the girls? Obviously, you remember the girls
in Cleveland.
In Cleveland, yeah.
Sex slaves to that guy who killed himself when he was finally caught.
I was going to say that was the only good thing in that story, was that he did end up hanging himself. But these girls are starting to trickle out, doing kind of what Joan Rivers said. Soon we'll see them on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, really.
They got all offended at that. But when you're doing interviews in People magazine,
right,
you're going to draw those things. But she's given an interview. I don't know if you saw this. She gave a story to People magazine this month.
Well, she's pushing her book that's coming out, right?
Exactly. Yes. Good point. It's called Finding Me. Michelle Knight is the girl. The other ones really we heard more about, the Gina DeJesus and
I got to be honest, I haven't thought about them separately. I just kind of think I know the story, but I don't think of which is which.
Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't either, and to be honest with you, I really didn't know much about this. They kind of were rescued, were on Dr. Phil one day, and then they kind of went into treatment and therapy and all kinds of stuff. So it wasn't like they went on the circuit and we heard a lot about them.
Imagine how foobar they must have been.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, and they are. But they. I found it interesting. I'm reading this. Her son. She had a son, Joey, who was 2 at the time, and this kid had been taken into foster care 2 months earlier because
at
this
the time
girl.
She was taken.
At the time she was taken.
Okay.
Yeah, years ago.
Wow.
Her mother's boyfriend had broken the toddler's knee. Okay, so that's why it was taken from her, Child Protective Services. And so this girl's fearful of losing him, losing the kid, and had lied and said, oh, he's fallen. He thought that, by the mom's boyfriend doing it, she'd lose the kid. So she had to go and meet with social workers on the day that this all happened, and she got lost. She couldn't find the address, so she was asking people, and all of a sudden she hears this voice. Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Oh,
whose voice do you think it was? Castro.
Yeah.
Well, and I forgot about this, but apparently Castro was a friend of her. Like, she knew a girl whose dad was Castro, I think is how that went. So she kind of knew him. Her friend Emily was her dad. So he smiled. If you give me a second, maybe I can show you how to get there. She's thinking, thank God, I'd be late, but at least I can still make the appointment. Want me to give you a ride? Yes, I heard myself say. As we walked out, he took me by the upper arm. His grip seems a little too tight, but a second later he loosened it. Oh, I'm sorry, laughing a little. I was holding your arm too tight, wasn't I? I laughed nervously. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. Something seemed off, but once he apologized, I excused his grip as an innocent mistake. At that point, when you'd be like, way weird.
What number is she? Is she the first one taken, second, third?
First.
Okay.
She's the first girl taken, yeah.
So he's got to just be like,
yeah. Something seemed off. He apologized, blah, blah. Castro told her he had to pick up something from his house first. As they arrived at the two-story house, he told her, "Oh, I've got puppies inside, and he'd like to give her one for her son." Dude, that's the oldest one in the book. You're a mom. You should be teaching your 2-year-old when some creep comes up to you and says, "Hey, I got candy in my van." Puppies? No, candy, puppies. It all sounds awesome. Probably going to end up with, never mind. I won't even say it. But you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Let me give you candy and
probably
puppies.
going to end up down in a pit putting the lotion on.
Just exactly. Exactly.
That's what got. I never read that. That's what got this in. Just, you want to see some puppies?
Yeah, that's what she was in. He said there. I've got puppies inside. He'd like to give her one for her son. Why don't you come in for a second?
No.
Yeah. In a moment I'll regret for the rest of my life. I said, okay, just for a minute. Sheets of paper everywhere. The place is trashed. Dishes stacked up. Gross. Nasty. It stunk like shit. Piss. Like I said, I'm a bachelor. I don't get a chance to clean up much. I just gawked, wondering how I could get out of this smelly pit without seeming rude. How come I don't hear the puppies? They're probably asleep. We stepped into a bedroom. The puppies are underneath the dresser. I looked down there where he was pointing and suddenly slammed. He closed the door. "Let me out of here," I screamed. "Oh, please let me out. I've got to get to my appointment." He slapped his hand over my mouth and nose and pressed his other hand against the back of my skull. "I'll kill you if you scream again." That gentle guy had turned into a madman. He pushed me to the ground. I closed my eyes and tried to prepare for what might happen next. He strung her up from a wire hanging from 2 poles in the bedroom, returning 2 days later to brutally rape her. Jesus, dude. Afterward, he dragged her down a flight of stairs to the basement. What happened over the next 3 hours is still hard for me to think about. He didn't just rape me the way he had upstairs. He murdered my heart. I was in so much shock and fear that all I could do was lie there like I was dead. The horror became her life. Her captor kept her chained, fed, stale pizza, spoiled beans, and made her wear a helmet so no one could hear if she screamed over and over every day he raped her. Jesus, dude. Ugh. What do you even say to that? She starts, of course, anybody in a situation like this that has a kid, she did what every parent would do. That, like, the fact that we're a kid was the only thing that kept her alive. Like, thinking someday maybe I'll get to see my kid.
How old was she at that point?
Well, old enough to have a kid, 20-something, I think.
Still, I thought she was still really, really young.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Was she like 16 or 17 maybe? I can't remember, Jay. It might say it in here, but let's see.
She said a couple. I'm looking at the back page here.
Yeah.
Look at her quote in the blow up.
"I don't regret getting in the car. I don't regret anything because it made me a strong woman."
So didn't she just say, I regret it?
In a moment, I
guess.
Jay, come on.
Jesus,
You can't
Jay.
pick on the girl.
She's locked up for 12 years.
All right, Joan Rivers.
The logic is sort of lost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think this girl is kind of not all
Screwy.
there, maybe. Yeah, I think she's a little off. And rightly so. I would be too. So this guy has her chained up in the basement, and she's wearing a helmet, so if she's screaming all the time, nobody can hear her. And she's just kind of banging her head on the pole down there, trying to get anybody to hear, but she's, of course, locked up. I prayed a lot, but as days turned into weeks and months, I began to wonder if God had forgotten me. When Castro wasn't brutalizing her, he would rant about having been bullied and abused as a child, his hatred of African Americans, his love of porn. He told me, "I wish I'd gotten that little John Benet Ramsey first."
Jeez.
What a monster. He made the same kind of comment about Elizabeth Smart, but she says at one point he was saying, "I know I'm a sick man. I know I wish I wasn't like this. I hate how I am." She says, "You are sick, but there's help for people like you. Why don't you let me go so you can get help?" And for a minute, he seemed to be thinking about it, and then he frowned. "I can't do that. You're going to have to stay with me for a while." After she'd been there about 4 months, an actual puppy appeared. Michelle named him Lobo and doted on him until Castro broke the dog's neck because it wouldn't stop barking while he was raping her.
Oh, God.
Dude. Oh, my
horror
God.
movie, man.
It is, dude. It's worse than a horror movie because it was real. Later, he brought her a small TV. That's when she saw on the local news that another Cleveland girl, 16-year-old Amanda Berry, had disappeared. So she wasn't surprised when Castro introduced her to a new member of the household. He kept them in separate rooms. One night, Amanda's mother was on the news pleading for people to help find her daughter. The dude laughed. You see that? At least someone's looking for her. Who's looking for you? Not a soul. That's because you don't mean nothing to nobody. Nice. Break her down that way, too. As the years passed, Michelle got pregnant 5 times. Each time, Castro starved her and punched her in the abdomen, and she miscarried. His third victim, 14-year-old Gina De Jesus, arrived in April '04. For his own unfathomable reasons, he kept her in the same room with Michelle. The two of them chained together. They became closer than sisters, sharing stories, holding hands. He abused one or the other, drawing in notebooks together, blah, blah. To make the days go faster, I watched a lot of TV. Whatever you do, don't let the dude catch you watching black people on TV. Once I was writing about it in my notebook, he grabbed it. I still can't believe this monster has stolen away my life. As she's writing this in the book, he sees and grabs it and reads it. And she's like, oh, God, he's going to beat the shit out of me. And after he read it, he looked at me for a long time. So you're telling me I'm a bastard. I knew what might come next, a smack in the jaw. But he didn't hit me. Matter of fact, he seemed a little sad and weepy. In some strange way, I really think the dude believed he had turned us into a family.
Oh,
God, what a mental case. So this isn't too long here, but I found it fascinating, man. All 3 were locked in the basement one day, and they heard visitors' voices upstairs asking what was downstairs. He said, oh, it's full of water. It was the first time all 3 had been left in the same room. In '06, Amanda got pregnant. Castro didn't force his wife, as he had taken to calling her, to miscarry, and baby Jocelyn was born on Christmas Day, delivered by Michelle. Nice. Not long after Jocelyn was born, they let Amanda out of her chains. I don't want the baby to see you with those on. Then in '09, when Jocelyn was about 2, he unlocked Gina and me. He didn't want to do this out of the kindness of his heart. It was because Jocelyn was getting old enough to understand what was happening around her. He also started to take us downstairs more often. On the weekends, he sometimes let us stay in the kitchen or in the living room for a few hours. I can trust you more now. There was no medical care for any of the women. Michelle nearly died after eating mustard, which she was allergic to. In 2013, a miracle happened. There was a very loud noise pounding on the door. It's coming from the front door. This is a bad neighborhood. I thought we must be getting robbed. Hide, I said to Gina. We ran to the radiator and tried to crouch behind it. We heard footsteps. Police, a woman's voice yelled. I don't know if it's really the police, I whispered. Is anyone here? I looked up to see a man and woman in full uniform. The second I saw their badges shining, I came out from my hiding place and leaped into the woman's arms. Everything's okay now.
Why did they knock on his door?
Let's see. That's a good question. Yeah. Unbeknownst to Michelle and Gino, Castro had gone out that morning and left the inner front door unlocked. Amanda had tried to open the storm door and yelled for help, and a neighbor heard her cries, came over and called the police. They were indeed free at last. They took us to the hospital. I got every test you can imagine. When I went to the house, I was 130 pounds. This day, I was 84.
Damn.
I had a long list of health problems. My jaw was severely injured from the many times he punched me. Once he socked me in the jaw with a barbell. That's why some of my words come out sounding funny. I also had major nerve damage in my arms. They shake all the time. Worst of all was a bacterial infection that was literally eating away at my stomach. Once I was allowed to eat solid food. First meal I had, a cheeseburger from Steak and Shake. Nice. And then a hamburger. It was the first time she'd eaten a hamburger that wasn't rotten. Yeah, it wasn't easy. She didn't get her kid back. She mentions her tattoos. She got all these tattoos as soon as she got out. When they did it, I told them not to be afraid. They had pressure because I'm numb from the pain. When they got to my wrist, that hurt because that's where the scars from the chains were. Good God, dude.
What a monster.
I know, man. I know.
Can't make that shit up, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if they'll make a movie about that one day. You think? I would hope they get some rights to it at least. But, unfortunately, I wish we could just move on from that. But like Jay and I were saying, that's kind of the theme for the day, dude.
It's a new one.
Yeah. You want to read one of these, Jay? I feel like I'm talking like
this is
crazy.
The guy.
You want to do that one?
Yeah, let me see.
Is that the one you're talking about? Or
it's a new one out in California. A girl claims that she was kidnapped by this Isidro Garcia.
Mr. Garcia.
Mr. Garcia, 41 years old. he apparently was boyfriends with the girl's mom.
Oh, nice.
She gets in a fight with her mom and is kind of outside or at a nearby park, and he comes along and says, "Oh, you know, your mom doesn't want you or whatever. You can come with me." And so he took her
Wow.
and kept her. And
And the mom wasn't able to put two and two together that maybe, just maybe, this
Right.
boyfriend that she's currently on the outs with would have something to do with this. Okay.
seriously.
Wow.
So he takes off with her, moves a few times, I read, to kind of, keep it secret.
Yeah, sure.
But then at one point they get married.
Oh, wonderful. Was it a nice wedding?
I'm
They say?
sure it
A lot
was.
of gas, family, and friends. That's such a happy time in a couple's life.
In 2007, Garcia got false identification papers for the captive girl so he could marry her. They married at a courthouse in 2012, and they had a child. After years of physical and mental abuse, the victim saw no way out of her situation and lived with Garcia under sustained physical and mental abuse.
Wait a minute.
The biggest thing, right? I mean, they've got to be, what is that, Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah, which I don't understand, dude. It doesn't make sense to me. Like,
To an outsider, for sure not, but there just must be so much fear and
yeah,
stuff that goes into it initially that your brain clicks into that mode.
still, dude, I'm sorry. I know that's true, and you're right, Stockholm Syndrome, but at some point, don't you have to, like, help yourself a little bit? If you go to a courthouse to get married, there's other people there, right? You're not going to get married by the wall. There's somebody standing there who's going to marry you. And when it comes to, like, I do, how about you just go, I don't! This monster stole me! Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, that probably was a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
In
great.
a courthouse, probably a judge marrying you. Would
Yeah,
have been a good move.
probably. And what are they going to do? Go, you get out of here, you crazy kids. Yeah, she really meant I do. Get out of here, have fun on your honeymoon. Like, no, of course not. Stockholm Syndrome must be really...
Must be super real. The fear that goes into this must be so real that, like I said, your brain must just click into this mode. And
well,
it's crazy.
we mentioned when I was reading the story about Michelle there, Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah.
And it seemed like there were many opportunities for her.
She was in public with those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was taking her to parties and stuff.
Yeah.
On fire type
Stores.
parties. Yeah.
Every time I read it, it was like, there are so many opportunities to slip someone a note or tell someone anything, but nothing. So it must be just absolute petrified, scared to death that something's going to happen to your family if you say something. That's the only thing I can think of. But still, I don't care what's going on there. You're getting married like that.
Courthouse.
Even if you've gone to Vegas and you've got an Elvis impersonator doing the marrying you, I think even he would go, wait a minute, man. Hold on a
So you're
second.
telling me.
Are you saying you don't want to marry him now, little lady? I don't think I heard that right. Why don't you two kids get on out of here? Enjoy your wedding bliss now. Get out of here, lady. You know what I mean? Like, who would do that? I don't want to marry him. He's a monster. Hold on, man. Hold on a second. There's a wedding here. Don't disrupt this wedding. Come on, man.
Hopefully this isn't an epidemic.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully this isn't going on everywhere, This is too much like that last story. And that's
Unfortunately.
really, really gross.
I know, dude. I feel like a broken record, man. I keep pointing this, but like, is this just something we're hearing about now because of the internet, or is this like going on more?
Dude, society's more depraved than ever.
But there's more out there to get you off than ever. Like, it's not. Sex isn't a hidden thing. It's not a nasty thing like
But it's
it
like we
was.
talked about, man. It's like these people are taking it, to the next level.
Yeah.
You're such a deviant. You're doing all this deviant stuff. We want to see, oh my God, what did you do before this to get to that? Because you didn't just wake up one day and go, yeah, I'm going to kidnap a chick and lock her in my house for 13 years. You were creepy, deviant. You were crapping on slides and Ypsilanti. You were, you were drugging chicks and raping them or whatever, and then it escalates to finally kidnap, keep her chained, and
you get to that level. It's not like you wake up, go to church one day, and then go kidnap someone, and now you're off and running. It's built to that level. But we've talked about it before. I think you mentioned it, Jay, about when we were talking about Darren Sharper.
Mm.
And like, dude, here's a guy who's good looking, he's got money, pro athlete, he's working, he's on TV. Like, that guy he would have absolutely no problem getting laid anytime he wants. And you were saying that it must just get to a point where the thrill,
Yeah.
you know,
You've done everything else.
right.
Yeah. I think maybe I'll drug him and see how that goes.
It's the only way to get off anymore.
Yeah.
It's the only way to get a rod anymore.
Did you see, by the way, that charges were dropped in one of the states a while ago? I don't have the story.
Yeah,
but
in
one of the states they dropped the charges, so they just must not have enough evidence.
yeah, that was the one that had the weakest evidence. It was like she didn't, her story wasn't lining up with what she said. She went to the police way late. It wasn't like she went the next morning.
Physical evidence.
Because I saw that, was like, oh my God, is it possible he's going to slide on all these things? But it sounded like of all the cases, that one in particular was pretty much the weakest one anyways. So it didn't sound like it was that big of a shock. However, what is a shock is reading in the paper today about these porn busts, these child porn busts. And they keep talking about how they're going pretty hard after this stuff, which good. But I think we all have a mental vision of what a child predator looks like, right? Yeah. And it's just chilling when you see who else is in that list, who you would never think. You know, people that are police meant to protect you, your rabbi. I mean, dude, this sounds like the start of a bad joke. 2 police officers, a rabbi, and a nurse walk into a bar.
Right.
Like, no, that's the group they're talking about. A nanny, a Boy Scout leader. Among 70 men and women arrested on charges of trading child porn. Not just porn, child porn. Jesus, dude. One of the largest ever roundups in New York City. A woman also charged in here. A woman, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, what was she doing? She was the one distributing child porn using her own child.
Oh, God.
Yeah, her own son. Was like, she was either banging him or watching people bang, something like that. And then another guy who used hidden cameras to film his naked stepdaughter. That one's a little tricky. I know it's gross and nasty, but at least that, like the stepdaughter part, I can see where a guy I can see where having a hot daughter, some guy who's not blood related. It's not their real daughter. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Still a child.
Right, but I don't know how old she is. I have no idea.
You're picturing like an 18-year-old stepdaughter.
I am. 16, 18. Yeah. And the only reason I say that is because when you're talking about these guys who are clear monsters, they're monsters. I can't imagine like someone with their own daughter, where it's like, okay, well, at least with a stepdaughter, it's not. I know that sounds terrible. I'm not wording it right, but in my head, it's like, it's not quite the same. It's still nasty as shit, but these arrests were part of a 5-week investigation that resulted in the seizure of nearly 600 computers, tablets, smartphones. Some devices contained libraries with thousands of sexually explicit images and videos of children. None of the victims in the images have been identified. This is all part of that dark web where these pedophiles go, where their computers are all encrypted, so you don't know who they are. So the fact that they're even cracking into that is, I guess, something. But these guys have felt protected for so long that it's just exploded with child porn. And so the sheer volume is what has these guys, like, it's shocking to them, the people that are going after them. They say and also shocking is the professional backgrounds of many of the defendants. It's troubling. We can no longer assume the only people who could stoop to prey on children are unemployed drifters. Clearly, this criminal activity has reached epidemic proportions. But yeah, a black guy, a rabbi, Boy Scout leader.
Well, didn't we see that too in the To Catch a Predator series with what's his name?
Oh yeah.
All walks of life, right? There were definitely some total creeps and guys that you would.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect to show up there. But there were other professional people and people you'd think would not be taking part in that.
No, you're absolutely right. One thing though, it always seemed like every time it was like, God, another white guy. Jesus.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
plenty of white guys.
What is that, dude? About you see
Converts.
Like you see anything with child rape or mass murder, that's us. It's gonna be us. White guys are gonna do that.
You're right.
But this is just another story about this whole thing. They've got this porn deal. This cop Finelli is his name. Brian Finelli. He was arrested. Police chief of suburban Mount Pleasant, New York. He pleaded not guilty. They allege that he told investigators he taught sex abuse awareness classes to elementary and middle school students. He began looking at child porn as research, and that it grew into a personal interest. Two of the computers had 126 graphic video and photo files of children as young as 7 engaging in sex acts with other children and adults. A couple months later, agents arrested Sam Waldman, a Brooklyn rabbi who homeschooled his children. Investigators found at least 3 graphic videos on his computer. Let's see, a torrent of arrests followed in April and May. Because those ones were such high-profile individuals and public figures, it led them to go, okay, what the hell is going on here? Dig a little deeper, and that's when they found all these other people. The arrests included the nurse that we talked about, a nanny. In one case, a woman made lewd videos of her own son. It's very rare to identify women, but yeah, it's basically the same thing as the other one. But just
not only does it tell us there's a bunch of monsters out there,
yeah,
but it tells us that we're gonna have a whole generation of people who were victims of this who are going to be completely screwed up. How can you not be completely screwed up after that?
Yeah, no, I think that's very, very true. You would be screwed up, and I don't know what you can do about it. I think that's something that if you're ever going to get past it, is really difficult and long process to do. Yeah, it's sad, man. And I don't know if it's something that's really, really rare, but it's blown up and made such a big deal of when they find it, or if it really is kind of like, oh man, you really need to look out. Because I never felt as a kid like we were in serious harm, did you?
No, or in danger, yeah. No.
Yeah, and our parents told us not to get in cars with strangers.
Yeah,
and
the Oakland County killer thing was right around, it was.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely, I remember just there being a fear, like, definitely instruction not to go with anybody, and
yeah. See, I don't remember that, and we would have been young when that was going on. And the reason I saw a special on it, and one of the kids that was taken, a little boy, was in Berkeley, and I had a house. Literally, they were showing the 7-Eleven that was at the end of my block. It was at the end of my street. They were showing it, and I loved it because the cop at the time, who is now Patterson, what's his name? Cop around here, or not cop, but public guy. Al Brooks. Thank you, Jesus Christ. L. Brooks Patterson at the time was in charge of, or part of the hunt for this Oakland County child killer, whatever. And he did something really cool, I thought, where they knew they had a really small window of time. They knew that within the first 24 hours, if you don't find the kid, odds are they're going to be dead. So it was like, okay, stop everything. And they knew that the area that the kid was last seen and probably taken from, and so they focused in that area, and they made a plea to the public, like, we're going to check every car on the road. We're going to stop everybody. Literally just stop. And we don't care. We're looking for this kid. If we find 2 pounds of coke in your trunk, carry on, my friend. Have a good day. We're not looking for anything else. We don't care about anything else except this kid. And he lived up to that, and they didn't find him. But I thought it was pretty cool to go to that measure. Like, dude, I don't give a shit. It's not about that today. But anyway, and now, on the other side of the world, it's you almost expect this thing on the other side of the world. It feels weird hitting so close to home, and the last couple stories. But these guys, we've sent over 80 troops to Chad in the Nigeria area. Okay. Looking for the Boko Haram assholes. Yeah. That took those 300 girls.
They're still making noise, those assholes.
They sure are, man. I thought it was interesting though. They got 80 people sent over there, and 40 of them are on the team, like looking for stuff, and the other 40 are security for those 40.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I got your back.
80 of our troops.
Yeah, 80 of our guys. They've deployed 80 military personnel to Chad to help locate the 300 girls. So that's good, because they mentioned that President Goodluck Jonathan.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't do it without mentioning his name. I think people have come down a little hard on Goodluck. I'll be honest with you. They didn't, maybe he didn't react quite as fast as you'd like, but he is acting now.
Effectively.
Yeah, I think, and he's I don't know. I think he's been unfairly targeted, some would say, and me as one of them. That he came under this intense criticism for the initial slow response, and he's kind of opened up things now, and he's moving now. So good luck, and we got guys over there to help you if you need. So we got your back, my man. But yeah, as you mentioned, these assholes in Boko Haram, did you see the bottom story there, Jay? Why don't you tell the fine folks what they're up to now? Because where we left off last, they killed 118 people 2 days ago or 3 days ago.
Boko Haram assaulted 3 villages in northern Nigeria, killing 48 people.
Oh, we did that story yesterday.
Bombings claimed at least 118 lives in another attack. God, man.
So wait, say that again. 2 more?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta take these guys out, man.
Dude, they're literally a menace. Is that all they want to do? What kind of religion is this where they just want to wipe out people by the hundreds?
Incredible, man.
I don't want to go meet that God.
Residents of the village hid in the bush and watched while the extremists set ablaze their homes of thatch-roofed mud huts. At least 118 people were killed in twin bombs on Tuesday. Most victims are women and children.
Nice.
Yeah, we expect to find more bodies in the rubble. Allahu Akbar. Some
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
young Muslim men yelled provocatively.
Yeah.
God is great.
God is great. Allah Akbar! That's what they yell every time. You will recognize that chant from 9/11 when they had that video of extremists watching the planes hit the building, and you could just hear in the distance, Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Sons of bitches. Do we even do this story? It's just one more. Maybe we can hit it quickly.
Yeah.
And
everybody's probably heard of this, that it might be coming. One of the Tigers relievers is in some trouble. Possibly.
Yeah, so are all of them.
Yeah, if your name's Phil Cope, you're often in trouble.
Yeah.
No, this guy, is it Evan Reed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Evan Reed. There's an alleged assault that may have happened on March 30th, the day before opening day, in the Motor City Casino. Right now, the prosecutors are considering whether they will issue an arrest warrant for him. So, yeah, this is pretty serious. He's a 28-year-old.
How old's the chick? I thought that was, I don't know.
A 45-year-old woman told police that she had met Reed at Fifth Avenue in Royal Oak.
Okay.
The woman told police that she believed she was drugged. She was drugged and taken to Motor City Casino hotel room while being sexually assaulted by Reed. She reported the alleged assault to the police the next day.
Wow.
Evan, through his lawyers, in a rare move, also provided the Detroit Police Department with a witness statement, a test result, and a supplemental witness statement, which details the alleged complainant's actions after the incident.
Okay, so he's playing ball.
Yeah.
He's doing everything he can to help himself.
Dave Gorsica, former Oakland County prosecutor, is representing.
Yeah, my boy Dave.
So hopefully it gets resolved soon. That is unfortunate if that becomes an issue.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see. I don't know if it helps, but I'm kind of glad to see that it's not immediate. Like, talk to my lawyers.
Yeah.
Like you usually see that he's like, hey, whatever I got to do to clear my good name.
Well, shit, if he did it, I mean, by all means,
right,
go get him.
I just don't understand why a Tiger pitcher would need help of any sort tagging a 45-year-old woman. Like, not that her age matters, but seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think of like a pro athlete wouldn't need help with that? And he's relatively young. He's not a well-known Tiger, but still.
Right.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll hear more about that case. Another case that we hear plenty about is Aaron Hernandez. Have you followed the story at all?
Initially, I kind of let it die and haven't been following it closely, but I've seen some things pop up as he's assaulted various prisoners and things like that.
Right. Well, the latest on him, they're interested in something to do with his tattoos, which is, I guess he got tattoos after the murders, the first 2 murders he's accused of, and they're asking anybody who knows artists who may have tattooed him, and I think they're trying to talk to artists who tattooed him something about that, but they won't give any more information. They won't say which tattoos they're interested in or why or what that means. And I was trying to figure out what the hell could they possibly be? What's that going to tell them?
Yeah. It's probably they're probably thinking he got something as like a trophy kind of deal, after he knocked them off. Now reset this. Didn't he? He's alleged to have pulled up alongside some guy that he had a conflict with at a bar.
In a bar.
In Miami or something?
No, this was in Boston.
Okay.
There were two guys in a bar. Apparently, he had some sort of silly argument in the bar.
One of the guys ends up shot dead. Correct?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay.
Yeah. They left the bar, and he followed them. Allegedly, yep, allegedly. On the down low, followed them. They stop at a red light. He pulls up next to him and opens fire.
But none of that comes to light until after he's charged with killing the friend or acquaintance.
Yeah, Odin Lloyd. The other kid who he did know was with a sister, was dating a sister and all that kind of thing.
Shot execution style.
Yeah.
Out at some kind of undeveloped area.
Salt mine or something. Okay.
Yeah. So it sounds like they're inquiring with tattoo artists, trying to figure out, what his purpose was in getting certain tattoos, and they won't disclose what it is they're asking about. But there's probably some either gang symbol or some inside symbol that guys like you and me would know, but something to indicate he's a killer.
Dude, I think you're 100% right, and I'm pissed at myself for not thinking of that. Like, duh. Everything about this guy. There have been other stories that I've read that say his behavior is not of a mass murderer, but it's more like a gang guy. And you never see him crying or remorseful. Like, he's tough. He's tough guy all the time. Tough guy. Hey, nothing phases me. I'm tough. And they haven't, I don't think, been able to stick any gang stuff on him. They haven't been able to find those links. Yeah. But it screams it. And so I think, dude, you're 100% right that that's probably what they're thinking, that he's got some. And it would make perfect sense that gangs
some sort of advertisement that I'm a killer.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys. I'm official now. I've got my, whatever. The pink bunny that they all get tattooed. When you get the pink bunny, everybody knows, don't mess with him.
The pink bunny.
But I don't know why they won't. Why would they even say unicorn. This? Yeah, the unicorn with the rainbow. Yeah. We don't want to influence the statements of anyone who might have information, so we're not being specific on which tattoo we're looking at. What we hope to learn, really, we want to get unvarnished, unrehearsed observations. So why would they even say that? Is it because they don't know who the tattoo artists are yet?
Maybe.
But yeah, interesting though, man. Interesting. I want to see his tattoos now. I want to find the fucking rainbow and unicorn.
Yeah, that guy, man, he just gets deeper into trouble every day. So
yeah. I still have trouble with that. Like, is it possible?
I know.
Is it possible you can murder two people and then a week later sign a $40 million contract?
Incredible.
And then, as if that's not enough, go murder someone else for really nothing reasons. They're just
living in two different worlds,
Totally.
One foot in two different worlds. Just crazy.
I mean,
$40 million.
Most guys
leave it.
Yeah, you can afford the good life. You don't need to be. And I understand totally, like, guys that grew up came from absolute nothing and lived in shit their whole lives, and now they get a lot. It would be really hard to completely cut ties with. Think about that. Yeah. Cut ties with everything. Maybe you weren't a gang growing up. That's the only way you could feed yourself and survive. I totally understand that. But and it's really hard for guys to disassociate themselves. That gang for life really kind of means something to those guys, and that could be scary. But for him, it sounds like he's trying to force his way into that lifestyle. Right. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Did you see this story, by the way, in Chipotle? I know you've got some bad history there.
Oh, yeah. Chipotle.
I don't mean to bring up a sensitive they don't want guns in their restaurants. I guess these people had like a meeting there, like the NRA folks, and they all brought their like AKs. I mean, full on
carrying in ARs, loaded ARs.
Yeah, like assault rifles
kind
and
of throwing it in your face, like, hey, what?
Yeah, hey, I've got my permit to carry and whatever. And so it scared people there, and they're like, I think we're just gonna make a policy. We're not messing with the Second Amendment. That's cool, but kind of, can you guys just like stay outside with him. Don't bring him in here, please.
It's sort of like that thing that we've talked about with the gay issue. You know, hey, Michael Sam, we get it. You're gay. You know,
Right.
We don't want you to get beat up, but do you have to throw it in everybody's face? Can't you have some respect for others with different views? And I think it's the same thing here. You know, these guys are like, F you, man. I'm carrying my AR. And
I am because I can.
yeah, I want a burrito, a chicken.
Jay,
burrito.
if you had a gun, if you'd been carrying when Scherzer took your
I wasn't gonna go there.
oh, sorry. Well,
This is the time, man.
I must be missing an ace.
You want to tell people what? I don't want to put Chipotle in a bad light. They really were kind of collateral. They really just kind of an innocent bystander in the whole incident that you had there. It was pretty ugly. So I wasn't going to go there, but since Eric brought it up,
oh, Jesus.
Pretty extreme incident. I talked about this before. I'll make it quick. In line at Chipotle in Birmingham, and getting ready to order my chicken burrito.
yeah,
And in walks Maximilian Scherzer.
mm-hmm.
And
That's 150 million.
maximize my million Scherzer. He comes and stands right behind me and my buddies, and we get up there and we order our stuff. Two of my friends get theirs. Me and another guy, we order chicken burrito. Oh, you know, sir, chicken is out. You know, if you could just step back, we'll have it done in a second.
Oh, so they were making more chicken. They were killing the chickens in the back.
Exactly.
Okay.
Busy murdering another chicken. They get that done. So I'm standing just by the register. You know, you just step back a couple steps. So Maximilian steps up and orders a chicken burrito.
Oh.
And they give him the same line. Yeah, sir, we're working on the chicken. Can you just wait a moment?
Yeah.
So he steps back by me. I mean, he had to hear my order. He's standing like this.
Yeah.
Right?
And you guys are both tall.
We're both standing there, and lady comes up 2 minutes later, chicken burrito, and she kind of just looks in our general direction.
And it's yours. That's
It's
your
my
that's
fucking
your
burrito, man.
Yeah,
It's
you
my
ordered.
fucking burrito.
Yeah. And there's no doubt you ordered beforehand.
God.
There's no way you missed something.
There's no argument here, Mike. It is
Even
clear.
Max would know this.
It's clearly my burrito.
With this, so you'd be able to hold this up in a court of law, Jay, if you were to go and use your lawyer duties?
Despite the fact that it's clearly my burrito.
And your palate is wet at this point. You're
Oh,
dying.
I'm thinking about this thing.
Yeah. Did you stop?
I'm sorry, I just to go back when you pounded the like he
You
was.
started this, Eric. I wasn't going to even go.
That's
I know.
my burrito.
We could just breeze over this, but now you have to exercise. So yeah, she says chicken burrito. I take a half step forward. Max it's almost like he threw out an arm.
Allegedly.
It's sort of like he just kind of stepped in front of me.
Oof.
Half step in front just to take the position away.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a box out.
Yeah.
Quickly made his move forward a couple steps to the register. Yeah, that's mine, he says.
Ooh.
Oh,
My God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
not enough.
the only thing I don't understand, like, is that a place where you tell them all the things you want on it? They prepare it like
Yeah,
that?
dude.
But so, what if you ordered yours with 14-month-old beans? And
Really, man.
like, so did he get yours with all your fixings, and then you had to get whatever Max ordered?
I think that's what happened.
And
I didn't think about that till later. I just ate it, not
Yeah.
thinking about, oh shit, I could be eating, whatever.
so at least, at a bare minimum, Max, at least his taste was good enough that it didn't insult what you were eating.
No.
It was still good.
Didn't insult the palate.
But you had to wait.
I
an
had to
extra
wait another
minute,
minute, man.
30 seconds, something like that. That's terrible, man.
It was more the disrespect.
Yeah, that's awful. Did you say anything?
No.
Why? Why didn't you get into it with him? I
If
mean,
you ever see
warranted.
if you ever see him again, will you bring it up?
He's brought it up twice here.
Right.
I have to.
I mean, it sounds like
I hope to
I
God we
would
get
not
Max
do
on the
that would
show.
be awesome.
I hope to
And I
God.
will ask him about it, and I bet you he remembers it.
You think so?
Because this is an intentional move he made.
Oh, do you think I
I
really would
think he
love
was
to
in a
know?
hurry, and he was like, F that, man.
Hey,
I'm
everybody's in a hurry.
I'm Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would, if he would go man up and go, dude, I
do.
know, I was late for practice. I saw the fucking guy in his shirt and tie. I figured he can wait. What hurry could he be in?
Yeah.
I do pitch for the Tigers. Hello, I've got one eye. I've got husky eyes. I mean,
Yes. But that was right before he unleashed, just the most incredible season ever. He was.
Yeah.
I think he was like 2 games in the season at that point.
and what did you think of that season? Were you just cursing him the whole season, or were you still rooting for
attributed
him?
it to the burrito.
Oh, you did.
Wow.
It's kind of your.
Oh,
your
step back.
the
You're welcome,
inspiration.
Detroit.
Oh, step back.
Well,
I did get us into a bit of a contract quandary now. Though.
perhaps.
Yeah,
Thank
but,
you for that.
Sorry
Jeremy.
about that, but it was a great season last year.
Yeah, and he's not looking too bad today. I don't know if you're still taking credit for it, but if so, thanks. I appreciate it. Now, should we get off the porn and the sex and Max Scherzer, same category type of thing there, and get into the other favorite topic of the Detroit cast of late, which is lethal injection. And they officially blocked that execution.
Missouri.
Yes, in Missouri. Rather than risk, God forbid, you risk another botched execution.
Or that the individual feel any pain at all.
We're talking
pain
about
and suffering.
Right. Russell Bucklew, the 46-year-old who murdered someone who was banging his ex and then raped her and shot at a kid and then
hit her mom with a hammer.
Oh yeah, that little detail.
Damn, dude.
God. When he broke out of jail, by the way.
Broke out of jail, went to the wife or the girl's home, found her mom, and bashed her with a hammer.
Right. Well, how did he get off the slab? How were they able to pull that off? Well, his lawyers and a doctor argued that a birth defect affecting his veins could turn the lethal injection into a fiasco. And the Supreme Court ruled on it. Samuel Alito halted the process following a decision by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 8th District Court to let it go forward. Bucklew's impending execution heightened the nationwide debate over how they're put to death. The last one to die, Clayton Lockett. Remember him? He writhed in pain before dying of a heart attack. God forbid.
Oh, no.
And then lethal injection has become even more controversial. A January execution in Ohio caused a prisoner to gasp for breath. Well, that poor man. Is he all right?
So weird.
Did he die okay? Was he able to die peacefully? That poor man. Ugh, these make me sick. These are a joke. Corrections officials in Missouri had said that their chemical cocktail would be more effective than the one used in Oklahoma. His lawyers argued that his massive vascular tumors could cause hemorrhaging in face, head, or throat, coughing or choking on his own blood, suffering a total airway obstruction and suffocating to death, and or suffering an excruciating and prolonged execution because the lethal drug does not properly circulate in his body.
Oh my!
Are you shitting me?
It's totally speculating. That could happen. So I don't know.
It's funny how much they're like, no, we got a new cocktail. It'll be great. Everything will be fine. Let us kill him. Please, let us kill him. We promise we'll kill him good. Please.
What expense is going into this?
I know. You're right. I still don't see where the problem is. All of the things you do realize.
Okay, so he chokes on his own blood.
Right.
Still effective.
You're killing him. Don't forget that. You're not trying to give him something he's allergic to. You're trying to kill him. So it takes 4 minutes instead of 3. Okay, great. I don't know, man. I just really will never understand. I still don't get where the debate is. Where's the problem in this? Ugh. And the other one I don't get are these, did you see all the people arrested at McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
Headquarters, 139 people. Yeah. They got all the people that are going, bitching that they need more money. We need more money. The minimum wage needs to be raised. We need more money.
I mean, this is my career.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do this for 45 years, I need to make more money. Yeah.
And they had a protest scheduled for the other day at World Headquarters in Oak Brook, Illinois. And Oak Brook police said protesters arrested for criminal trespassing were from a group of 101 McDonald's workers and 38 clergy and union activists who chose to cross a police barricade with chants of, I love these chants.
Oh, God.
Workers chanted, "Hey, McDonald's, you can't hide. We can see your greedy side." Not just that. "No Big Macs, no fries, make our wage supersize."
Oh, my God.
As the arrests were made, they were chanting that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. "Go to school and try in class. Then you wouldn't be paid like ass." That's the one I think they should be chanting.
How long do you take to come up with that?
4 seconds. And yes, dude.
That's funny.
What I don't think we understand is, dude, this is supposed to be. It is what it is. you're not going to make your, I don't know, do you even say career at McDonald's? I mean, unless you're in ownership or management.
By nature, it's a transient sort of position, you know?
Yeah.
Lots of teenagers working in it, lots of people kind of between.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead work there.
Or like retirees, you see old people sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Eric, you ever work at a fast food?
No, you know, that was the one thing I really tried. I've definitely worked some bad jobs, but my goal was always not to work fast food. I just never wanted to work fast food.
Mike? You didn't
for a day.
Where? Which one?
I did. And of course it was because a friend, his sister was a manager there and got us a job. And I remember it was at a Burger King, I think. And I remember going into the bathroom and stealing 2 cheeseburgers and eating them in the bathroom.
On your first day.
Yeah, my first day. And I don't remember if we were fired or if we quit. There was some altercation between me and management that day. And I'm sure I was correct. Yeah. Whatever the argument was, I was being wrong. Yeah. And I wasn't going to have it. But I didn't demand better pay, and I didn't demand anything. I just left, like most people who don't like their time at a fast food joint.
Yeah.
Like, you don't rally the troops and picket.
Shit.
I think people are missing the point of what that job is supposed to be.
That's a problem, man.
Yeah, like, dude, seriously, if you're thinking that the guy flipping burgers and running the fry greaser is going to get whatever it is. Like, that guy's not supposed to. I don't care how good he is at flipping burgers. I don't care. Like, that job is not meant to pay a lot of money.
Correct.
Well, right? Yeah, of course. Like, what do they expect? People, people that have gone to school and are making, there's people that went to school and are making $15, $16 an hour. So, it's an easy job. That's the point of it. That's why it's minimum wage. I mean,
exactly. But they get these people on their side. This reverend here with this group and
community activists.
Community activists. Yeah, it's perfect for them. And they go and they get these guys all whipped into a frenzy about, oh yeah, this is wrong. You're being wronged. This needs to stop now. This Reverend Dr. William Barber II, head of the NAACP's North Carolina chapter, led the march onto the sprawling McDonald's campus. We can't treat corporations like people and people like things. A living wage is a moral mandate. It's time for McDonald's to pay fast.
No, it's not.
They're just due now.
No, it's not, for one.
Dude.
Faulty premise, my man.
It's like you were saying, Jay, the other day. I'm pretty sure we were talking about this, how you're talking about personal responsibility, right? I feel like it's the same way. I've always said about myself, even if I ended up at one of these jobs, if ever I ended up having to do it eventually, I would know myself that I got there for a reason, and I know I don't deserve it. Like, I would feel stupid fighting for this because I know I don't deserve it. Like, there's a reason, I hate to say that, to be mean to some people, but, you know what I mean? If I got to the point in life where I need to do this, then I would know that I'm there because I chose not to maybe work harder in life at other things or something. I don't know. That's just how I always felt.
The problem is they know, like, okay, if we say we're going to pay you $15 an hour, now what happens? Okay, so now what you've done is you've made that job that looks like a decent job to a lot of people. People that are
better than working here.
If they were up to $15 an hour right now, I'd start working at McDonald's plus do that.
I mean, I would. All of a sudden, the workforce that's like low-end middle class would be taking some of those jobs. And McDonald's isn't doing this for nonprofit. This is they're a company to make money, so they're going to charge more for food to make that up, or they're going to cut loose employees. So basically, you can have a full staff making $8 an hour, or you can cut it in half, and so all these people you're picketing with, half of them are going to lose their job.
And that's like
bitching their way right out of a job, because you're right.
Totally.
Because there would be higher level people who take those jobs, and these people.
Exactly. There's going to be some of these people, that have a college education, maybe having a hard time getting a job. They're going to be the first in line to get these jobs. So these people are protesting, as you say, they're going to get fired because then there's going to be more high qualified people that are going to take.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Thank you for reiterating it.
Never mind. Sorry. I'll shut up. My bad.
They talk about Wednesday was this cat and mouse game, though, because they had this protest all ready to go. They got their troops together, and they start making their way to the campus. And McDonald's had, like, the road closed off going in there, and then called, like, the real people that work, the executives and all that, and went, hey, listen, there's some asswipes that flip burgers for a living kind of come over here and make a ruckus. Why don't you take the day, work from home, and we'll regroup next week. All right, and break. And so these guys all get there with their signs ready to go, and it's a dead parking lot. So they're like, oh, all right, regroup. Let's go to headquarters around the corner here. And
boy.
And that's where they got in the shit and got arrested. And
Oh my God. Do you know how many people?
Totally.
Do you know how many people even ended up showing up? Because you know how many times in these things it's like in the end there's 20 people, but the coverage makes it looks like.
Yeah, they get the camera way up close.
Right.
Oh yeah, anywhere Sharpton's ever been.
Yeah.
Look for Al, and you'll see 10 people. Ooh. Yeah, but 139 were arrested, so there were at least 139.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Also, McDonald's making other news. They've got, you know how we were talking about Ron now?
Yeah, they did Ron right. He's got cargo pants. And everything.
Yeah.
Is he? I
Ridiculous.
still think that cargo pants were big like 10 years ago. If they're gonna do it, at least make it into like, at least make it be like now.
The guy has like 4-foot red shoes on it. Give him a break on the pants.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, cargo shorts were like the 95, 97 Old Navy stuff.
With his balloons.
Give him some skinny jeans at least. And
Picture Ron and skinny jeans.
No. Well, they've got a new McDonald's character because Ron is into like social media now. He's
busy.
Yeah,
Instagramming.
He's probably sexting now.
Taking selfies.
Big red thing.
Yeah, big red bush. Everyone wants to know if the carpet matches the drapes. Ron says, yeah. Big out of control clown, fucking totally missing the point.
It's got like white face paint on it.
On his knob.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta get with the times.
Hey, here, I got a balloon animal for you. How's that for a selfie? Have it your way.
That's Burger King. Come on.
Oh, whatever.
Get your head.
You should know that.
Oh yeah, with their one-day career.
But they've got a new character now named Happy, who's like,
Happy Meal guy or something.
yeah, and he's
Oh,
a
boy.
box.
I've seen this, yeah.
I guess he's been in Europe for a few years. I've never seen him.
You know what? I've heard people saying he looks creepy.
He does.
And I think what people are likening him to, maybe subliminally, is that annoying orange. Have you seen the annoying orange?
Oh, the one that sings or whatever.
It's like this orange. It's like a real orange, and they superimpose a mouth on it. And
Yeah.
It's a real gross.
Find it, Eric.
Yeah.
Gross. It looks
I'll
just
go
like
over
that
there.
in its mouth.
I've
And I think when
seen
people
that.
see it, that's
Do you
what's
think it would just be
going on.
annoying orange,
Really?
or what?
Yeah, just search annoying orange.
Yeah.
It's like any kid under
Do it on
13
YouTube,
knows what it is. I don't know if it's a TV show or just a
It's a-
YouTube thing.
Yeah, I
Like
can't
episodes
remember,
on
but
YouTube or something.
exactly. Well, this box-shaped creature with Gumby-like arms, eyes that pop out of the top of his head, and a gaping mouth filled with large teeth. He's intended to promote healthier Happy Meals. Since debuting on Twitter this past Monday, Happy has elicited responses such as, I think I'm going to have nightmares. What is that creature? And that is scary.
See, guaranteed they're likening it to that. It's
Mhm.
separated at birth with annoying orange. Look at this.
Should I play one of these?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
just pull up. a
Yeah,
picture.
Well, I want to see it.
Play one of them.
I don't-
Hold on one
it's-
sec. Let me.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
We'll play it for just a couple seconds.
Yeah, I don't need
just so you
a
can
minute
hear
of it.
Because this is going to be an epic fail too. Although I think people do like the orange.
I don't know, man.
Do they get the bit? Epic fail. People say I regret watching this, and this makes me crave Burger King. The mascot is about bringing more fun and excitement to kids' meals, including eating wholesome food choices like low-fat yogurt. Happy will encourage kids to eat more fruits and vegetables and to bypass soda in favor of milk, juice, or water. Like, dude, it's McDonald's. It is what it is.
You work for McDonald's, Happy. What are you doing?
Like, stop it. Stop
Cut it out, Happy.
McDonald's, like, people want to make McDonald's something it's not. McDonald's does not warrant $15 an hour, and McDonald's does not serve vegetables. If McDonald's thought they could make a profit with fruits and vegetables, they'd sell fruits and vegetables. You know what? People like chocolate shakes and McNuggets. So there's a certain class of people that goes to McDonald's to eat, and there's a certain class of people who don't. Are you going to go to McDonald's now, Jake? Your family
Some
eats healthy and
vegetables.
works out. Are you guys dying to go to McDonald's now because they're happy?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Stop it.
He just said he was.
Something You're not.
You're lying, Jay.
That sounds sincere.
But I think it's trying to like give the public image like, hey, we're trying.
That's all it is, man. They've gotten so much criticism over the last decade,
At least.
you know, for causing obesity and the epidemic that it is. But what was that? What was it? Super Size Me?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Morgan Spurlock.
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah, he did that. That's crazy, dude. Ate nothing but McDonald's for 60 days or something.
Was it a month or a little over a month?
Okay.
It
Might have
it
been a
was-
month, but still.
It was gross, dude.
Yeah, just the stuff the doctors were saying. They, I think, ordered him to quit ultimately, didn't they? They said there was liver.
They didn't want him to
Liver
do it,
problem.
period. And yeah, they wanted him to stop for sure. It was bad.
Man, he was getting depressed and everything.
Yeah. There was some truth to that. God, I was trying to remember. He's got something else going on right now. Spurlock. He's done some pretty fascinating
Yeah, he
things.
does a show, I think, on CNN or something.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
what it is. And I think from what I've seen, not seen, but heard, it sounded really good. Like I should check that out. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but go ahead and click the
wanna hear a little
for the orange real quick.
There, I guess this one I will.
I guarantee this is what's coming to mind when people see that happy. See that mouth? It's just
Yeah.
creepy.
Is this it for real?
Is this what it is?
You're probably right.
Oh my
creepy
god,
mouth.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
It's way creepy.
Yeah.
That's
They
weird.
overemphasize the movement of the mouth, so it looks weird, man.
Yeah.
This has 10 million. God, I hate it.
I
hate the
I'm
fucking
surprised
internet.
you haven't seen this, Eric.
I don't know how I haven't, but I don't get into as much as pop culture and stuff I watch. I don't really get into as much like the YouTube viral videos. Like I find them late quite a bit. Quite often I find some of this stuff late for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's still surprising me that you
No,
haven't.
I agree.
seen that.
I agree.
By the way, I heard some listeners over the past couple of days saying, like, Eric's not coming over the mic very well. It might be because he's not talking in the mics anymore.
No, why? I don't even know why we have one over there.
Yeah.
He's only being picked up
He
on
just
our
just
mics.
walked around, probably
I'm
walked
sure
about
people-
25 feet
Okay.
Well,
without a mic while talking.
oh
So,
yeah.
if you didn't hear that, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get Eric on a mic.
And wait, you're the one that's done radio for years, and he's the one that's new to this. So we forget. Oh wait, no, that's right.
I don't know what to say. Sometimes you're right. I guess I thought when I was walking
I
around
know,
here, I
but
thought
you're sitting in front of a board and it's muted and it off. So when you're pulling that mic down and talking into it, and you're wearing
But he
headphones,
didn't
you
even
should be
pull
able
the
to-
mic down.
I thought when I walked around here, my voice was probably loud enough that people could hear me, but I
It probably was.
Well, the weird thing is, I cut him slack because I like that effect of kind of the in the background guy adding.
Oh, my
comments,
bad.
but-
My bad.
No. But he takes it to a new level because that's for like, I got it cued,
Yeah.
not making a point.
Or, yeah.
If you're gonna make a point or tell a story, you should probably get on the
I know.
Don Sterling walking into the other room.
I thought
right or a bit.
whatever.
Eric can't win today.
said these
I don't know why. Don, get in your room.
Yeah, I don't know why I said those. That lady made me say those things. I just don't know.
That is not the same equivalent of what I'm doing. Okay.
I just need some juice or something.
Don, get in your room.
Yeah.
See, there's
I do. No, you're right. I do have an issue for whatever reason with actually talking into the microphone.
I can't. I haven't seen this annoying works thing at all. I just don't know where it is. I've on 10 million views, but I can't believe I haven't seen it.
I've had this problem forever too, and what's funny, what's ridiculous, I will say on my own stuff, you're right. When I want to make a point, for some reason I have a hard time talking into the mic. But then when you guys are telling a story and I decide I'm going to lean over to Jay, my whisper's loud enough that it picks up on the mic. So like I'll lean over and talk and stuff. I don't know.
I do have to run like the pot for his microphone like crazy if you want to just gave up on it. So, yeah, whatever. Over there somewhere. Because when he talks into it, it's like blowing off the charts, but otherwise it's non-existent.
Oh my god.
Hey, Batman fan, Superman fan. I peg you as more Superman, I think.
I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick Batman.
Really? Okay.
Just because I thought that Christian Bale, those couple movies that I saw were kind of cool.
Yeah.
Definitely the one with the Joker. What's his name?
Oh,
And,
yeah,
Heath
yeah.
Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool movie.
God, that was great. His role in that was amazing.
The Superman stuff I've seen, just I think of like Christopher Reeve back in 1980. So
Oh, aren't they funny?
yeah, it's just I don't think of Superman in the same light as Batman.
Laying on the table and they've just got a fan blowing
Yeah,
on him,
exactly.
flailing in the wind. It does look like two different worlds completely. Did you have any opinion on Ben Affleck taking the role? Did you have any problem with that? It was such a
it is a weird
deal.
kind of. I don't know. He doesn't seem right to me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know why either, but I feel kind of the same way.
Yeah.
But
Christian Bale had such the edge to him kind of, and I don't think of Ben Affleck like
have you seen the picture of him
No.
in the new outfit?
No, I'm not
Can you
seeing
pull it up, Eric? Have you seen it yet?
No.
There's a picture of like the Batmobile and of Affleck in the outfit. He looks
Okay.
huge, ripped.
I guess I could just done it
Well, they
online.
put those big rubber suits on him with all the
Yeah,
muscle
Yeah.
definition.
true. Well, they've announced the name of the movie. It's going to be Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman.
Huh.
And Ben, of course, has been spotted all over town because they'll be filming around here and are filming around here. He's been, and people were wondering because he got banned from that casino in Vegas for
Yeah.
life for counting cards.
Yeah.
A lot of people think they can do. Very few can actually do it. So I wonder. You think he can count cards? But they've welcomed him into the different ones. They've actually a couple of the casinos. I think maybe one in
Is
Canada.
this the one you're
of course.
talking about, or no? Is this or no?
No.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about a Batmobile and him.
Yeah, there's one of Affleck like looking down and he's holding his arms out. You can see like the muscle definition in the veins and stuff.
Okay.
It's Ben Affleck wearing the Batman suit.
Okay.
They released one picture the other day.
If the Vegas casino really didn't think he was counting them, what incentive would they have to claim that he was? You know what I mean? Like you don't really
Well-
want to be known as the casino that
Right.
kicked Ben Affleck out, do you?
I wouldn't think so, but he was kicking their ass so bad
Yeah.
they yanked him off the table. But I think the reason I ask is because a lot of people think they can
Okay,
count cards,
yeah.
but they're not as good as they think they are. So that's why I'm wondering, do you really think he's good enough to do that? But apparently, the Detroit casinos, Motor City Casino, Motor City and Greektown, reports are that he's been at both and has been playing with $500 to $5,000 chips
Nice.
per hand and is kicking ass, I guess. But they're like, yeah, welcome, come on in. He's winning and he's a good tipper.
Hmm.
So I wonder how much winning before they go, all right, we're on the list too. Beat it, you. I don't know. You can't find that picture.
I don't know. I'm
seriously?
having a fucking hard time apparently.
Oh, good Lord. Simple Google search.
I'm fucking Google right now. Okay. So
When they posted that picture, there were a lot of people were like, oh my God, it looks like a giant black penis.
where?
That's why I wanted to show it to you because
I would suggest searching something like Ben Affleck, Batman, and Batmobile
suit.
picture.
Look at this. Ben Affleck wearing Batman suit. Look at these images. I don't see what you're talking about.
Let me see it. Maybe the first one on the top of the page.
Here. Here you go. You can.
Careful. Yeah, right there, top one.
I know,
Shit.
but when you
Jesus Christ,
but
the
when you-
first picture on the page, Eric.
when you click on it in that article, it doesn't.
Are you searching images or just
Yes.
the web?
I
Dude,
mean,
it's the first one.
it
on the
didn't
story.
show up on the.
First one.
It doesn't show up on that. Fucking, well, I found
Well,
it
it doesn't show up anywhere else. Here. It's the only one of that.
Okay, here we go.
Good Lord, dude.
I
Yeah, see,
that's
take a
good.
look at that. Can you see it, Jay? It's hard for me to see. It's kind of shaded, but
here. Maybe I can plug some of this.
No, don't unplug shit. Just-
you see it, the
Yeah.
flat penis.
Yeah,
resemblance?
I do. Yeah, that's definitely a suit that's making him look like that.
Yeah.
There's no way that dude's even close to that huge.
No, I wouldn't think so either. But I don't
It's
know.
kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I wonder how it'll sound. A lot of people had a problem with Christian Bale's voice, the voice he used.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Well,
You know what Affleck has? It's kind of like a big lower face, kind of like me. I mean, just kind of like chunky.
Yeah, you're right.
It's weird with.
He
you know,
looks a
when
little
you're-
like you.
He
when
does
you
look a
cut
little
down-
like you.
Dude, you should be Batman. Sorry.
He does kind of look like.
Now I'm going to
you,
get charged with saying I look like him. What I'm saying is, the bottom part of his face is what's going to be showing out of the
Right,
mask. and
right.
It's very recognizable and kind of heavy looking,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of looks weird in that picture. But
That's a very interesting point because you take the top half of the face is gone for the most
Yeah.
part. It is just mouth, and he does have that bigger jaw.
Yeah.
Dude, you look like Ben Affleck.
You do look like Ben Affleck.
Holy
Like now I'm looking
shit.
at it. It's like definitely.
You're gorgeous, Jay.
Jesus.
Weren't you one of People Magazine's most beautiful? I think you were a few years ago,
God.
Ben.
does.
I'm on the Detroit Cats.
That's right. You're a rock star.
Man.
Dude, that's funny. You kind of do. Dude, if
No,
I
he-
quit, that is.
Look at this
man.
right here. This picture right here. This kind of looks like you, Jay. Where is it? Right there. That looks like Jay.
Yeah.
It does.
Will you grow some scruff, Jay? Like a little longer.
Oh,
than
you
got
do.
now?
You will
Quarter inch long. You by Monday?
I've got a holiday weekend.
Yeah, you're right. You're on the shave. No reason to
yeah.
shave.
Holiday weekend. We should get out of here, dude, and get that holiday weekend started. We got a couple emails though. I've been really happy. Everybody has been great. As soon as we encouraged them to send some emails in, you guys have really jumped on the boat and done that. It's the DetroitCast@gmail.com with any questions you guys might have or comments at all. And we love reading them, and we'll read a few of them on the air.
You know what's awesome today? I think you threw out yesterday, I wonder if anybody's listened to all 100 of these.
Oh, yeah.
And there are people chiming in saying they've listened to all of them.
No kidding.
Which is sweet.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yes, I have listened to all 100 shows, says Raymond Szymanski.
Okay.
Or Ray. He signs it Ray Szymanski. You guys were talking about Zeppelin being sued by Spirit. Do a YouTube search on Davy Graham and listen to Cry Me a River. He should have sued Spirit.
Wait, really? He says that it sounds like the same song as.
Yeah, I guess
wow.
He's saying Cry Me a River is the original, the Spirit song that led to what we know as
yeah.
He says 5 days a week is great. Finally getting our freeze worth.
That was what I said. I don't feel like we're getting our freeze worth.
Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Another one. Great job in the new show. I have listened to all 100. This is from Matt Bilton. I laugh every time Jay rips on Eric.
Me too.
And then he goes into, and I'll let you read this, Mike. We won't read it on the air, but it's a good direction on the use of you and I versus you and me.
Oh, dude, that one gets me. I don't like that one because I don't know it.
We'll pin that one to your shirt. Okay?
Really? Do I say it a lot? Do I do it bad?
According to him, you did.
Oh, God. You know what, Matt? Blow me. You and I. Wait, no.
It's
what? All right, this
take
is
take out the other person and fit in the word I or me. That's what you do. That's the quick way to do it.
How about who cares? How about just say whatever?
Okay, Eric. That's how we deal with life.
Well, you and
that's how in a civilized society we communicate, right?
That's right.
Well, what's the difference?
That's what we do. We're all English speakers here. Let's just,
That's
well, for the most part. You and I, Matt, are going to have a real problem if you don't stop being a prick to me. Did I say that right?
Thanks for listening, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot the best part at the very end.
Eric blows and keep it stiff.
Of course.
It's sort of like sincerely has just become, huge shit, Eric.
Huge shit, Eric. Yeah.
I like this one. Listening to number 100 right now. You guys are awesome. Having 5 days to listen while working / driving / flying, etc. is sweet. By the way, I laughed my ass off when Eric started cracking up during the gang rape. That's from Bill Westfall.
That was funny as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Because it was instant. He didn't mean it the way it came off, but
It sounded much worse, obviously.
what?
It sounded a
Is that all of them?
Yeah, we're good for now. We'll do some more next time.
Yeah, and I was surprised at how many people really pointed out that they'd listened to all the episodes, and I'm shocked at how many people have written. We haven't read them all, but how many people have noticed and absolutely appreciate that we're doing 5 days a week, and that's great. That's great.
Yeah, make it a habit.
Mhm.
We are.
Absolutely, we are. Well, have a good weekend, you guys.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah, and believe it or not, we'll have a best of on for Monday for the holiday. Our very first best of. Can you believe it? Or worst of, however it comes out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Eric was putting it together the last couple of days, and I listened to some of it, and yeah, it's pretty funny. So
I'm gonna have to take
should be good.
I'm gonna have to take that Chipotle story out now. Now you retold it. No, I'm just.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I have it in the list.
It was, wasn't it?
It's in the list. I didn't have it played for Monday, but it's in the list.
Well, anyway, have a good weekend, you guys, and thanks everybody for listening. And please tell a friend to listen. And someone also had a good idea, wanted us to put on the website like a how to listen to the show to tell others. Kind of
where
thing.
to find us on YouTube and stuff like that.
And I thought that was a really good idea, and I think I'll try and come up with something, maybe with Timco's help, like step by step. He's really good at doing that kind of thing. step by step how to get the show, download it, what you need app-wise.
www.google.com.
Yeah, well, for you and me, that's how we would do it.
Eric just hit his head on his computer. He hates that. He hates the simple Google search.
I know.
So powerful.
It's because of
Powerful.
it's because of all the things I've ever said. You walk in 2 weeks and a simple Google search, people Facebooking and everything. Do you know how many messages I
Hey,
get?
shit, man. You know how many people call me Webster now?
I-
He's causing problems for everyone.
How many people-
And it's not just you. He's ruined a lot of lives.
People Facebooking me, telling me that a simple
I know. I don't even know what my last name is anymore. Everybody calls me Webster, so
Everybody's-
deal with it.
Everybody's got their mom coming in between their house.
Exactly, Ben Affleck. Have a good weekend, everybody.
See y'all.
We'll see you next week.
That's funny. I have got to run.
I was actually just about to show you my phone in a second, but then once he started, well, no, just the time-wise, when he started rapping, I knew you had to
thanks.
get going.
Thank you. Thanks for looking at me. Gentlemen, I bid you adieu.
All right, buddy.
You guys have a great weekend.
Sorry, Jay, you got time or you?
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
You over there?
Perfect.
Awesome. Nice, dude. Nice,
Work
nice.
It's Monday?
You too.
Monday, I'll.
Yeah, you'll just be in touch and let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think we should do it Monday. I mean, Monday.
Yeah, that's fine with me. But,
Probably like 6 o'clock.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
6 to 8ish.
All right.
Okay.
Not too
Well-
late, not too early.
Have some good stories from the weekend.
I'll try, man.
All right, buddy. See you, dude.